We are. It's Michael and Sam. It's the website one kickoff meeting. Yes, we have been delayed by setting up Michael with access to an Azure box, but that was fun. So, and it is something that we'll be doing on Monday for the Berkeley TA. So that was. I hope I remember how to do that. Okay. Engage Brain. Yes. So website one. Yeah, this week, yeah, I managed to get that we have retired the Agile bot. Long live Agile bot. It's Rubified. That feels like a big step in the right direction. For the moment.
It's
Go on.
I was going to say its intelligence is just taking another form.
Indeed. What we have got is we've got some existing votes hanging out that we've had some other people vote on that maybe I can get you to vote on as well. So we've got one ticket here, which is about, so having, I basically got the Agile bot in approximately the same form with only very minor refactoring into Ruby with specs that I think give us more coverage than before. There's still more work that could be done on them. I have, where has RubyMine gone? Yeah, I opened a, go on, Brain. I opened a refactoring ticket on that. Currently, it's all very not object-oriented, and maybe that's a good thing. But I can certainly see how the code could be made more concise if it was objectified. And I think even it could just be made nicer if it was broken up a bit. And certainly there's room for clear up in the, what's it called? It's called the specs. Yeah, and in fact, I have them just here. Woohoo! Like so. Okay, RubyMine, come on, here we go. Yeah. Oh no, that's the schema there. That's the Slack. Yeah, there we are. Okay. So yeah, so you can see, probably the relatively familiar structure of the Slack bot here.
So it's a very literal translation
of
the Ruby.
I wanted to move as quickly as possible and avoid spending time refactoring it. I wanted to check that it would do what I wanted it to do, and it does. So then refactoring can be indulgent. I mean, I have pulled out certain things that were rather on dry, and I focused on getting good test coverage on it. We don't have acceptance test level tests on it, really. I just focused on making it not break the existing acceptance tests. Yeah, and we have specs. So go on.
How it was working before was it was reaching out to the Agile bot when an event started.
Yeah, and I basically, instead of it, I basically, previously this post hangout notification would reach out to the Agile bot here.
It's just,
and now it just does the thing that the Agile bot would do by reaching out directly to Slack or Gitter as appropriate.
Okay. Yeah.
So the refactoring ticket is basically just about cleaning this up.
Like the tests?
Yeah, I mean, the tests, I've got there's a fair amount of repetition in the tests that I think could be further cleaned up. I think rather than actually having these channel IDs, it could just have it could be referring to, the constants in here. I mean, it's in terms of priority, maybe it would be better to write the acceptance level tests first and then refactor here. I have started to move it more towards using mock models, so it's more of, anyway, there's just kind of general cleanup that could be done. I think some of these methods are a bit long.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, you kind of look at it and it's kind of what is it doing? one can imagine, the different functionality, like we're kind of switching on things and this, that, and the other. It would be nice if there was a more high level description of what's happening here that was understandable when you came to the code, but yeah, like I said, I can certainly see how it could, like at the moment I'm like doing dependency injection with the Slack client and the Git client here. These could be, we could declare this rather than a module. It could be an object, and we initialize, and certain things are set up and available.
I mean, it's hard for me to vote on the ticket because it's like so wide ranging.
Well, it's basically saying let's spend some time refactoring it to improve it, and it's not. I guess the key things that it's just clean it up, but then also spend time like working out how much.
Erase the other votes.
Did you?
It did. I guess maybe it's because like it cleared keys out.
Or maybe that this vote started before the deploy of the new. What's it?
The new system.
Yeah, it's possible that this was up on Wednesday and then
at 5 a.m. So it was up earlier.
I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, well,
it's unfortunate.
But I mean, I guess I'll put my vote in as well. I guess I'm going to ping. It was Brent and Lara who had voted on that one. I'll just Brent. Sorry, we lost your vote on chance. Oops. Okay, but then that's moving on from that, we've got another one. So this is one like basically for the daily events.
Mm-hmm.
I find that I have basically each time I run the Kent Beck or Modern Fallow Scrum, except on a Monday, the old YouTube link is hanging around. It gets posted when I post the initial hangout, and I have to delete it subsequently. So there's some sort of thing where, like, if the last event was within 24 hours, it kind of auto-populates the event as having this stuff, and it creates like a little bit of extra work for me each day, and I would like that work to stop. And I'm sure it's just about it, like if we can say like, only do that for like 23 hours and then reset, it'll probably be fixed. Any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, well, I've already voted on that. We'll see if your vote erases our existing votes. And it does not. And that, I think, confirms or at least provides evidence towards my hypothesis about why we lost those things.
Do you want to reveal the vote?
I could, yeah, because we've got 3. And okay, so Brent and I will go for medium. You've gone for simple.
I guess I'll go with medium.
Okay. Just kind of hedging. So let's set that. So that brings us nicely to the waffle board. Yeah, I did actually. I took a little start on that Slack server specs thing by just putting models in there. This one I'd really like to get done. This is like allowing sponsored users to add their credit card details if they want to take over payment. I've actually got 3 users for whom this might be relevant. I did start on that last Sunday. Yeah, I kind of need to get that done this week. I'm assigned to it anyway. Praveen has been around. Praveen has he has, yeah, definitely turned out to be a success story for the free mob trial slash, what's the monthly free trial thing?
Free trial thing that we targeted.
Yeah, he's said yes to. I mean, we had all sorts of some issues. We were kind of getting him to set up with PayPal. I think there is. Did I just create a ticket for it? But we occasionally we have the issue of allow premiums to upgrade to to change from Stripe to PayPal and vice versa. Currently, this has to be done manually. Happens about once every 3 months so far. But I don't think we need to vote on that.
Oh.
Say again?
It's not priority, you're saying?
No, I mean it's like the one. I think this one is more of an issue, and I'm working on it anyway. So, well, I've clearly got enough stuff assigned to me. If there are not things that you want to be voting on, I ought to try to fix this one. I think
I do want to maybe. I mean, I don't have like a clear story in like how we word it, but basically like issues. That makes sense.
Start the sentence. Say it to me again a different way.
I don't have a. I don't know exactly how to put it in story format yet, but there's like a problem.
Oh yeah,
potentially.
Shall I add an issue? Do you want to describe the problem to me?
The problem. So the main problem is it goes back to our data mining stuff.
Sure.
And so the way that we right now that we know that someone's like a member is like by going through the CSV files. Like you download, but like only you have access to that. And it's like timely. It's like takes significant amount of time because, for instance, the model that we're training right now is like a year's worth of data.
Okay.
But a large part of doing that was like scrubbing, making sure that we were accurately reflecting when people had actually upgraded.
Right.
Because like different people, like particularly Federico has like he's paying for all these different people and
right,
like sponsoring them, and it's like
yeah. So it's confusing.
And then like I think Laura was like sponsored by somebody else, but then
yeah,
she started
it changes. Yeah, absolutely.
So like figuring out that whole thing of like when someone became a member,
yeah,
like a premium, like who was paying,
yes.
Like if there was some orderly way of doing that other than just me sitting there and like scrubbing through CSV files, because that doesn't feel like it's going to scale particularly.
No, I agree. So
particularly what you were saying yesterday, that it would be ideal like each week to include new data.
Yes, and so it's almost kind of an epic so I think there is data in the current system,
right? But I don't think it's
well. I mean, it's both. It's got pros and cons compared to the data that one gets from PayPal and Stripe. In as much as you're right, there are people who are paying for different. There's sponsoring things going on. Those relationships and so on are sometimes clearer in the database, but some things like we've got stuff worked on in, it's a mixture. But yes, what we would like to have is we would like to make, I think, sensibly, the website one database consistently reflect the state of affairs, and there clearly has to be other data stored in Stripe and PayPal, But for the purposes of the automated premium, like if the automated premium could be talking to website one and say, okay, what's the state of things and who changed to what when, that would be ideal, right?
Yeah, like if there was some secure API.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're gonna
yeah, I mean in the first instance, we could just make it a file that we download, that we dump for it, but you know, yeah, secure API to get accurate information.
And I say secure because we're not going to want.
Yeah, totally.
That
okay. About. Well, I mean, there's aspects of. I mean, you know, we show on the site publicly who are premium members, and it's like Twitter shows who's been, you know, been a member since whatever. So.
Right, but we're not necessarily going to want to leak certain information. Like
yeah. So, right, totally. So yeah, but anyway, to get accurate information about like premium member histories. The reason it becomes an epic is there's then like looking at there's all these things that happen. For example, like the people occasionally needing to switch from Stripe to PayPal and vice versa, or change from sponsored state to one other state, or moving up and down. And so there's like, I think there's the issue of we need to like make sure that the domain model, is flexible enough to store all the information that we need.
Mm-hmm. That would be ideal.
Yeah. So this will involve making the main model flexible.
I mean, we may need to end up switching to something that may help. Would be switching to like an event model.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which is kind of popular.
Yeah.
Where basically there's like an event that's associated with the user, and it's like, oh, the user upgraded to premium.
Right.
Such date.
Yeah, there's a premium upgrade, and then here was a premium downgrade, and here was like the sponsor took over, and here was the thing, and yeah.
And then how we decide like whether they're like currently a premium as we run it.
Yeah.
Like we have like a state machine essentially.
Yeah.
That runs those events.
And then there's also like payment events, which is like, and then the situation like payment fail, and then their status is suspended, and so on, and this and the other. Yeah. So I've created that ticket, which you could add things to.
And I think that could gel very well with the analytics because.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Cool. Well, would you like to vote on that?
I mean,
there's only two of us, so it would mean we just put it as a
kind of a big thing.
I mean, it's an epic. I mean, you know, one could end up giving it a large number, and there's lots of things. And yeah, I mean, I'm like Friday, and
I need to do a research ticket.
Yeah, I mean,
like make the ticket be like research. Then we
okay
and vote on it.
That works. Yeah, we have to like, this is the basically like research, and this will probably involve an epic or adding to existing premium epic. Will an event model be the right way to go? Well, the other idea that I had today, after reviewing, well, actually, before we go there, shall we then vote on this one, and we can leave it open in the channel?
Sure.
Research evolving main model to support analytics and be a consistent status. Okay. So yeah. Well, you can vote on that if you want or not. But yeah, I think it will be exciting if we can get we can continue the domain driven stuff to get the underlying model to be one that's kind of robust and supports all the different kind of things we're trying to do.
Yeah.
The idea that I had this morning that I'm going to mention to you now came from looking at how all of the activity that we're doing on Facebook and Twitter, which is a fair amount, according to the analytics interface, only gives us, if we look at this acquisition, like very, very small numbers of people actually coming to the site. I mean, I think disproportionately, they give us more upgrades, like in terms of when I've actually connected with people.
Right.
But the actual numbers are kind of, now this is weird.
Small.
Yeah, like the just the view that I was showing this nicely that today, and then compare it, apply. Yeah, here we go. 50 rows there. So, like the Google AdWords. Why is that only showing me 1 to 5 of 5 of the channels? Okay. Let's go to your source medium. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Like our paid ads deliver of the order of 10,000 folks on the site each month.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you then include the organic search as well, but like, Facebook and Twitter and stuff, they're like, they're like almost everything else is kind of nothing compared to, like, in terms of eyeballs on the site. And I thought, also having like looked at the ads that we have, it occurred to me that, I mean, we've got a setup here where this is like the kind of ads that we're showing to get people on the site. And people are kind of interested and they're clicking through. And we got like a fair number of them, we got like 300 folks a month signing up, which is, not to be sniffed at. But it occurred to me that we could have, instead of these 4 things like this could be like free mobbing session, free pairing session on open source. Like we could explicitly target with the AdWords the things that with the campaigns that we've got going on that try to boost the people taking part, doing trial runs of the things that are the paid products, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So I wonder to what extent yeah, I would have to think about it because I think there's potential there to get overrun.
There is, but then I think if you get like, go on.
I'm saying I think the potential there of the massive scale just advertising on the web. You might get like 50 people getting sessions and like nobody signing up.
No, that's true.
Kind of wasting your time versus that's kind of where machine learning is supposed to come in, right? So that we're kind of targeting the right people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be an experiment to do for a while. Like I think particularly the mobs are more scalable than the face-to-face pairing.
That's definitely true. I would start with the mobs.
And I think the interesting thing would be to see there, like, we'd also place limits on it, and we could say, oh, well, the next one, you can do it in 2 weeks, and people would like book it, and there'd be cancellations and this and the other. But we could see fairly soon if, okay, so we've had like 30 people come through now.
Whether any of it matter.
And none of them signed up.
for
So it's
anything.
kind of like, well, that wasn't really worth it, was it? And we go back. But what?
This is kind of the thing that I don't like. I know that everybody's like saying, "Oh, use Google Analytics and everything,"
Uh-huh.
but like in my opinion, these packages are like withholding. They're withholding all the like the valuable data.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
They're,
I mean,
they're
yeah. Well, what would be, in your opinion, what would be the valuable data?
the valuable data is like each like being able to identify an individual,
Right. Sure.
rather than just
Yeah.
like distributions.
Yeah.
Because like knowing the average man
Right. Right.
doesn't tell me much unless like I'm setting policy or
Yeah.
something.
But I mean, the big thing though, what I'm noticing about it is that we've got this somewhat powerful system that's delivering us lots of free tier users, but
Right.
people are not converting. And part
Because
of what
we
go on.
we have no insight into like what makes any of these people unique.
That's true, but we can see that people are kind of coming through and that they are signing up, and then I can actually see. I mean, I've set it up now so that the getting started pages are a sequence, right? Like going through, and I can see how people drop off at different places. I mean, independently of what makes these individual people unique, I think we have an issue that we don't have a kind of sticky call for action for them to do stuff. Like they've signed up and there's no. So I mean, the other approach would be to say like, let's try and, you know, make this pathway clearer, and then we get, you know, and that's part of my plan is to keep making changes to this and like get more people further along the funnel, get them taking actions. But as I was thinking about that, it's like, well, if the real criteria for success is getting people into these paid positions, right? Why not advertise those things directly?
Right. Yeah, I mean it's interesting, but like I said, it's
Yeah, you're right. The danger is that we get like 100 people come through, we spend a lot of effort and energy getting those people into premium mob sessions, and nobody is inclined to sign up.
the
And
danger is that you're not targeting the right people, and you're not targeting them at the right time. That's the danger, right?
yes, because it may be that these people
Need
who are
to
come,
engage
that they
first.
need to have been free tier members for 6 months,
Yeah.
and have spent time doing this, that, and the other before they come into there. But
Some people will just sign up,
yeah, people will just sort of sign up for anything that seems like it's free. They'll just go for it.
but
At the same time, I think even if we did like 30 people come through the mobs and none of them signed up, it would still be helping us get the processes around the mobs, you know, working well. And I think we would still be learning from those people, you know, and getting feedback from them about, oh, that session wasn't interesting to me because
right.
yeah. I mean, the other way to go is to just like not do that and keep focusing on slowly, you know, reaching out to individual people on Twitter and Facebook, and, you know, growing slowly like that.
I mean, you could try it. It's just
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, we'll talk about it in the marketing meeting next week. Okay. Cool. Good feedback. Thank you. Appreciate it. Also, we found a free version of Chatlio, which is another interesting thing.
really.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Anyway, so I guess I'm going to start up the AV community meeting
Okay.
in a bit. Did you follow the conversation going on in the mentors channel?
Mentors channel.
Oh,
What do you know? Oh yeah. Where Ashley was saying have an agenda.
yeah. Or it's like she was saying that if there was agenda, that's the kind of thing that would encourage her to attend such a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what's that? 1, There's something else that I feel like I was going to mention, but I can't.
That you can
Oh,
have,
oh,
like
go
you
on.
can have an agenda. You can have like an agenda or whatever, but you can also have like a public time or whatever.
Hmm.
Part of the agenda can be public time. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like if you go to like a town hall meeting,
Right. Right.
have
It's like it's an open forum or whatever. Yeah.
like an forum to bring up issues that weren't like scheduled.
Yeah. But
But it's like, oh, there's like 15 minutes for that or whatever.
So I was just gonna. The other thing I was gonna mention on the Twitter website one is we do seem to have some sort of there's ongoing performance issues, and I'm debating with myself about whether to be trying to tweak the existing Rails app or to create like a like a middleman thing that will be the front page, which would also allow us to quickly prototype alternate front pages, and they would all be very fast, or even to like create some Rails 5 app that would be the front page, and then we could like gradually migrate parts of the system from Rails 4 to Rails 5 without staying with the existing code base. But anyway, do you have any thoughts on that at all?
No, I'm just wondering, do we know like why it's kind of slow?
No, it's unclear. We've spent some time looking at it. I fixed some things in the past. I mean, we've got the ongoing issue of running out of memory that you and I looked at before, and there was that gem which seemed to have there's a time zones gem which seems to take up a lot of memory. We've got the. I mean, I think partly it's that we've got a lot more people land like when I look at New Relic, it shows me that the documents controller and the visitors controller, which is the homepage controller, are the things producing the worst scores and taking up the most time.
Okay.
Now those pages are not. They are in principle.
They can be put into like something hosted on GitHub, right?
Yeah, it's kind of static stuff, really.
So they could be made into a middleman.
Yeah, and or they could be made like it could be that they're just by introducing like appropriate caching of parts of the templates would work well. So there are kind of options there.
So it's which particularly again? It's the
visitors controller, which is the homepage, and documents controller, which is like all the static pages.
So the homepage is the slowest.
Yeah.
That's not like in my experience, that's not true, but
no, same for me. I mean, for me, I'm having the trouble with the events pages and the individual events pages.
The events page is the slowest per se to me.
Yeah. That's what I see. The Heroku, the New Relic stuff suggests otherwise.
Maybe the strain is on the front page, but that loads. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, that's something. Yeah.
And we're still on Heroku, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna just go and grab a drink and then do the AV community meeting, and I might do that.
Bye.
Bye for now.